Welcome back, folks. Well, we're back on our Barracuda. Finally got our QA1 front coilover shock package in from Denny. He had them sent and no problems with that at all. I've done these before on other makes of cars, so I'm pretty familiar with it, but we're gonna be reading instructions on preset and everything. And then once we get these on and where we think we like them, I'm not gonna permanently set these yet, because now that our cow tracks, our mono leaves finally came in, they went to ride around the country for a while, but they finally showed up. So there's the mono leaves, and of course I've showed everybody the cow tracks, the rest of the package in the back. So, all right, folks, this may be a part one of two, because there's a lot going on. We gotta get these on the front, and then those cow tracks on the back. So let's get started. All right, let's go ahead and get this. Got what Denny called this, but this was basically how to check our ride height. So we're gonna get this taken off, take it off up here, and then we're gonna start reading instructions and getting our coilover set up. So here we go. I'm using the ARP NECs when I use to build engines with. It's got Permatex, talks about Permatex NECs, but it's NECs. Doing these before, I can tell you, I repeat, do not skip this step on these shocks, putting your NECs on your threads. I'm telling you, because you will regret it later. Permatex NECs lubricant must be used on. Already, spoiler alert, so you see I forgot to put my bottom, this is the lock nut, how we lock it down. I forgot to put this on. This goes on first, then that shoulder nut. So again, gotta really pay attention, including me. So just trying to show you, take your time. I'm taking my time, and I'm definitely not sparing any of this NECs. Okay, I'm using the optional thrust bearing kit, QA1, part number 7888-101. Basically, you see here, it's a little needle bearing seat. They want you to basically make a sandwich, is what they call it, with a regular washer. This, I guess, roller washer, needle wash, whatever you want to call it. It makes it so much easier to make the adjustments, because you don't want to do any galling. Anytime you use NECs, you're going to make a mess. Wear rubber gloves, don't get it in your clothes, it's not going to come out. But I'll wipe all this off. Right now, I don't give a darn about this getting dirty looking right now. I do not want any galling. So I'm going to put the other washer on this side now, and then I'll put the shoulder nut on. Guys, obviously I made a mistake. That washer assembly with the needle bearing, it goes up here. My mistake, because this gets located by the shoulder, and then the spring will sit on top of these. So getting my head out where it doesn't belong, but you'll see. I'll take this back off and put this set back up on here. Okay, got my little sandwich there for the spring seat bearing assembly. They want us to pull the rod to its fully extended position, which I just did. And we're going to slide the spring over. All right, now get the spring seat. All right, now the top spring. It looks like we have, let's see, loosen jam nut, bottom of the shock, install the spring and spring cap, reinstall upper. We'll go, okay. All right. All right, I guess now it's to the point where we start making our preliminary ride height adjustments. And if you read the instructions, of course, it keeps telling you, do not hesitate, do not forget to put the NECs on. Have I got NECs everywhere? Yeah, I do, but I don't want to ruin my high dollar shocks. So for the PromoStar, compressed length, extended length, recommended ride height. Recommended and recommended spring length. So I guess I need to look at the part numbers, and I probably need to measure the spring length. So for now, I'm just going to count the threads. We have no idea. We don't need, the leaf springs are about to change. So what makes this nice is I believe I have a spanner wrench, because I remember correctly, a spanner wrench makes it a lot nicer to go in and make this adjustment here. But I'm just going to start kind of tying it up where I feel like it's got some tension on it, and we'll just go from there. You're going to have a really small snap ring leg. So snap ring pliers put these little adapters in. So I'm going to put the snap ring in first so I have a seat. Obviously push it out. All right, we got it assembled. Got both sides assembled, and I know it's got measurements to take for which height and everything, but I'm in uncharted territory here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and start installing them. Trish found our spanner wrench, and it doesn't say anything about a spanner wrench, but that's what it's for right there. No chisels, no hammers, none of that. Use this. So this right here, we can go ahead and set it up where we want it. I'm sure I'm going to have to bring it way up, but let's just, I've got both sides set at, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.5 to 5 threads on each side. So let's get this thing on both sides, and then let's set it down. All right, lessons learned on the other side. We're going to try to apply onto this side. Obviously, we're going to take our extender out right here first, but what we learned is if we relax the sway bar down pretty far, and of course we've got to get it loose, the spindle loose here, we were able to just barely get the whole assembly in up here, starting from the bottom and then from the top. Some of you said, hey, your spring may be close here, and it is close on the other side, and I'll show you in a moment, but we're going to see how this lands. So if it does have any obstruction or anything, then I'll go in and cut this out. It's just we'll see. We'll get to that. So let's get this part off. That may require some. All right, the other side's on. This side was much more of a pain because I went from the bottom first and then the top. Man, I fought and fought and fought. Finally realized the sway bar will really fight you. Even trying to get the spindle off, sway bar will really fight you. But we got it on. Now I'm gonna try to get both sides the same. The passenger side is exactly 1 inch from the bottom of the lock nut to the bottom thread. So I'm gonna use my spanner wrench here, and I'm gonna back this back off where it's pretty close to this, and then put the wheels on it and let's see what it does. What do we have? Let's see. Okay, looks like it's sitting up a little higher in the front than it was on this side anyway. Let's see, this side. What's cool is now we can adjust them. Let's get this tape measure out. Let's take a measurement. Wheel. So about 26.5 on this side. All right, about 26 on this. So this side definitely needs to come up, it looks like to me, because we're right at 26. But you know what? Super sock leaf springs. It's pushing up on the right back, the cattywampus springs. So I say not make any measurements, any changes to the front, because again, it's pushing up. It's pushing down on this side, pushing up on that side with the super stock leaf springs. So I think it's sitting a little higher, but with the cow tracks in the back, it may come down some. So Let's stop where we're at on adjustments on the front. Now let's get to the back. All right, we're gonna probably wrap it up with that with that today, folks. QA1 shocks, coilovers are now on. We've got just a pre-adjustment. You saw where when we came down, we had about a ½ inch disparity between the passenger side and the driver's side, but I attribute that to the super stock leaf springs in the back. The right rear pushes up, makes it sit cattywampus, probably pushing down on the left front. So before we make any measurements, we're going to get over to the back now, start on the cow tracks. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased so far. This is basically our coilover suspension, our Hemi-Denny coilover conversion on a Mopar A-body. Again, anybody that's interested, you guys call it Denny Lob. He's on the internet. You can find him really easy. HDK suspension. Denny's been great to work with. Can't wait to get this thing on the road. I've got to do some things, center in the rack and get the tie rod in cinched up. Just some small things, but it's not worthy of really making videos of. Kind of boring. We're gonna break this up into 2 videos. So our front coilover suspension is now pretty much complete, minus adjustments and just cinching things up, along with our wheelwood brake conversion. So yeah, pretty darn excited. So hope somebody got something out of this. Y'all please put in the comments what you think. Let me know what I did wrong, what you would have done. This is my very first time to ever do something like this. It's a pretty big project for somebody like me. So if you hadn't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.